Well, it's that time again. We're getting ready to go on a cruise.
And you know what that means?
It is time to pack.
Oh, trying on clothes, squeeze them into a suitcase. Lots of fun.
So we are heading to Florida where it's hot, hot, hot in the summer. Who does a cruise in the summer in Florida?
Yes, we're gonna need some cool clothes, but we're going on a British Marella ship.
All right.
So we're gonna have to be, we think, dressed up a little bit. So we're gonna need some fancy clothes, we're gonna need some cool clothes,
Yes.
and we're gonna squeeze them all into our new luggage.
Yes, lots of swimsuits for this trip.
Let's go start packing and show you what that looks like.
Let's do it. All right, it's time to get started. Let's start packing. You guys have asked for it, so I decided to do it again. A lot of people have asked about strategies on packing. I by far am no expert, but I have a system that tends to be working for me lately. So we're just going to review a few of my strategies, a few of my thoughts when it comes to packing. So we are packing right now for a 7-day voyage. We're going on Marella cruises, and it's going around Florida for the most part with one stop in Bahamas in the summer, June. So we know it's going to be hot. So for me, that means sundresses. For Mr. Canuck, that means white t-shirts as much as possible. But then again, in the evening, you want to be able to dress up and have your formal nights. So I always start with Mr. Canuck's suit. That would be the first thing that I put in the bottom of the suitcase, is his suit. So I'll fold that up, and I even roll his pants for his suit. And we place that into the bottom of his suitcase. So that's always the starting point for me. Our big, long, checked luggage has the suit first in the suitcase. And then from there, I make sure that I'm packing whatever my formal gown will be for the cruise in the same suitcase. My strategy that seems to have worked for us is if we ever lose a luggage, I like to have a carry-on with at least a few days worth of clothes in it. I try to get at least 3, if not 4 outfits. So we're doing a 7-day cruise. We have a night in a hotel prior to the cruise and a night in a hotel post-cruise. So that means I'm packing for 9 nights, which means for me, 18 dresses. Well, maybe not, because for the hotel days, I'm not generally changing into 2 dresses. So I'm probably going to be packing around 16 to 17 dresses for myself. So let's get started. I have some dresses over here that is going to be going in with Mr. Canuck's suit. And what I do with that is I just pick out around half the dresses to go in the checked bag and keep, well, a little less than half in the carry-on bag. The other strategy, some of the fun things that take up lots of space. We're going to be hot, sunny weather, and, we're going to need a hat. So this takes up a lot of room in a suitcase. So my strategy for that is I fill the inside of the hat with things like bathing suit cover-ups and all of those fun little things. And then from here, I can get this big hat, fold it down into a much smaller size to fit into my suitcase. So anybody that's flying for their vacation, you have to worry about packing with your cosmetics, and that becomes the issue for me because you can't carry on regular size items in a carry-on suitcase. So for shampoo and body wash and sunscreen and all those things, those need to be packed in our checked bags. So I make sure that I have a lot of extra room in there and soft cushiony clothes and clear sealed bags for all of those sort of things. So I left the room for a second, everybody, and look at who's trying to take over my packing job. What are you doing, Mr. Canuck?
I'm gonna pack.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yep, we've got this new luggage, so I'm going to give it a shot now. So I'm going to turn a new leaf, so I got to pack my hat, of course, first.
Oh, yeah.
I got
You're going to put that right in the bottom?
Right in the bottom. And you know what? I'll see how this rolled up suit of mine. I'm going to lay it flat. It'll take less room if I lay it flat. That's my plan.
Really, eh?
Yeah, exactly. And your dresses.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, you're going to start with my dress.
Just like this. Done.
Yeah, I think maybe you might have just gotten yourself fired.
Fired.
Get out of the way.
I'm just going to throw everything in there. I don't need all these extra compartments. What's the point? Why do I have compartments here?
To keep everything in its place.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Because if I pack everything and then I just fold it up,
yeah,
it stays there, right?
Yeah, that's perfect. That works out perfect.
That works?
That works perfectly.
Look, see, it's all there.
Yeah. That's probably how your suitcase looks like when you pack by yourself too, isn't it?
Well, when I get to the ship, I'll iron everything if it's all
right. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, can you tell us when was the last time you ever used an iron?
I don't think I know how to turn an iron on.
Oh, so you've never in your whole life turned on an iron or used an iron?
Nope.
So I have lots of friends and family that have traveled with us, and some are last minute packers. The night before we're getting on a cruise ship, they're throwing stuff in the suitcase, and some more people are doing it a month beforehand. Whatever works for you, I say do it. I'm sort of in between. I want to have it planned and organized and have an idea, so I tend to try to pack on my last day off before we leave to go on a trip. So generally that's around 5 days before our departure date. But that just allows me to know that I've got everything ready and in the suitcase. I found when I was packing, sometimes I tried back in the day packing a few weeks beforehand. That never worked for me because I forgot what I packed. I had to go back in and look. So 5 days, I sort of try now to, as you can see, create a piles of stuff in here that I'm pulled out and decided we're going to take. So then when I actually go to put it in the suitcase a few days prior to the trip, I'm good to go. Everything's right sort of at my fingertips, ready to get put in. Well, hello, Brew.
Someone doesn't want you to leave. He wants you to go. He wants to go in the luggage with you, I think.
Would you like to hang out in the luggage? This is what he wishes I would pack. He doesn't actually want to be in the suitcase, though. But yes. He would love to be able to come on all of our journeys with us. He gets a little nervous every time he sees me pulling the suitcases down the hallway and out of the storage room.
Okay, go, Brew. Not on this one.
Oh, he's clinging on for dear life like he knows you're taking him away from me.
We're not leaving yet. We still got a while before we're leaving.
Oh, he cried a little bit. Anyways, so back to packing. So yes, the biggest thing, I have years ago done a checklist, wrote down everything that we were going to take and made sure I double checked, and I know that works for a lot of people, and I have actually even found some really great ones on the internet. I guess probably because we're traveling as much as we are these days, it's just sort of second nature to me at this point, and I generally have a closet that just contains stuff that we cruise with or travel with for the most part. There's a few overlaps on some work clothes that we will cruise with, but we're fortunate enough to have a closet of mainly just things that we put in a suitcase, so it's all in the same spot and we are ready to go from there. The other thing that I always pack with me that you guys have often seen, or some of you have seen in our videos, is my little floaty thing. So this blows up to be quite large, full size for me, but look at how small I can fold this up and put it in there, and it's, it fits into any nook and cranny left over in your suitcase. It doesn't take up much space at all, so I love that. I never go on a Florida vacation-based cruise out of Florida or without it, Caribbean, all of that sort of thing. So the snorkeling stuff, the floaty tube, the chair clips, these are all things that you pack when you're doing a Caribbean style vacation. So we get to pack those all. In a few weeks, we'll be packing to go to Alaska. So obviously the floaty chair's not coming with me then, or not my snorkeling gear either. All right, so packing. Dresses is one thing, it's pretty easy. It's those funny things like the hats. For me, it's the snorkeling gear, the ever important beach chair towel holders that we love to have with us. These are probably one of the cheapest things I've ever bought for cruising, and one of my most favorite things to have, because it's nice to be able to clip on your towel and not be fighting with it all day if it's windy on a cruise ship. And then of course now we're dealing with packing vlogging gear, and what does that look like? So that is why the carry-on suitcase is so important for us, because we usually have a suitcase just full of all of that kind of awkward stuff. So between my snorkeling gear, our vlogging gear, we'll have that, and then that piece of luggage will stay with us at all times just because of the camera gear. You can't check camera gear because of the batteries and all of that sort of situation, so they have to stay with you. So the other tip, the other thing that takes up a lot of space and is kind of awkward to pack is your shoes for the cruise. And so one little tip that I know I've shared before is whenever I can, I pack a pair of my dress shoes into Mr. Canuck's bigger dress shoes. And then I have a nice little handy dandy bag that they can go into and get put in the checked bag if there's room. But my concern with the packing shoes in the checked bag is that they tend to weigh more, so it sometimes could put you over your limit. So I'm careful not to put too many pairs of shoes in the suitcase, but a couple of pairs here or there would be fine. I think I'm finally done packing. It's been a journey trying to get it all in, but starting to close them up. We'll have to check in a minute. Make sure I didn't go over my weight limit to get it on the airplane for the checked bag. But I think we're officially done. All right, so now for the scary part of this process for us always is when Mr. Canuck has to lift the suitcase and weigh it to let me know if I'm over my limit. Oh, I think I might be by a pound or two. Might have to do a little adjustment there. Well, we're all packed. I hope that you found this video a little helpful and you use some of the strategies in packing. I am definitely not an expert. I've never been good at packing light like some people, but here we are, all packed up.